Tim. Welcome to Watch One, and thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Corum Golden Bridge 50th Anniversary Edition. Now this one is 32 millimeters across by 50 millimeters lug-to-lug tonneau case in red gold. You can see this Corum Golden Bridge 50th Anniversary on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there if you like. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. Now this is a truly special piece because it commemorates arguably Corum's most important model ever, as well as 50 years of the manufacture in Le Chaux de Fonds. Now 2005 was the 50th anniversary. The company, established by René Bonvart in 1955, has been known for outlandish combinations of feathers and watches, coins and watches, Rolls-Royce grills and watches, but the model for which it's really known historically among connoisseurs is the Golden Bridge. Invented in the late 1970s by independent watchmaker Vincent Calabrese, it was serialized by Corum, the only manufacturer that would pick it up, in 1980, and it's become a legend. Now what you see here is simultaneously the watch and the Caliber 7000. The two are pretty seamlessly integrated, and you can't really see one without the other. But what you do see is that on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters, it's an easy fit. The watch isn't a whole lot bigger than its nominal 50 millimeters lug-to-lug suggests, because although it does have conforming straps, as I often like to mention, when they fold straight down, and these do, there's no problem wearing it on a small wrist, even as small as 14 centimeters. Now the watch is 32 millimeters across, so it has a nice wide stance, so it doesn't wiggle back and forth on the wrist. It's nice and planted in spite of its length. It's very secure. And although it does have a large, rather abrupt case flank, the watch is about 13 millimeters thick, and if you can get a reasonable dress cuff up and over it, rest assured you're probably going to be just fine in dress situations, because other than the very tightest button-down, button-tight sleeves, this watch is designed to slip under a dress cuff, and it's surprisingly adept at doing so. Now, Corum's ergonomic equation is helped by the fact that this watch is mostly air. You can feel the precious metal, but in terms of the sheer volume of this prism, and it really does come across as a prism, the watch feels almost ethereal in the hand, just as it looks ethereal on the wrist. Now the strap itself is of wonderful quality. It's not bolstered, and it tapers as it moves away from the lug, so it's very flexible, and it's beautifully made with a monotone black stitch on black rectangular scale alligator leather, and then on the underside a nice soft calf skin. Now what does strike me about this watch, and this isn't so much an ergonomic feature, it's just a matter of attention to detail, but it's the massiveness of this pin buckle. Now it's beautifully finished on all flanks, but what really strikes me is just how much gold Corum committed to a pin buckle. This is a minor detail on most watches that don't have a deployant. The fact that this one's beautifully styled with striations that actually mimic the character lines of the case, as well as blazoned with a beautiful Corum corporate marquee. I really like it, and to me it just says this is a premium product. No corners were cut. It was as carefully considered as the design of the case itself, or for that matter, the style of the baguette movement. Now you are looking at the Corum Caliber 7000. It's a direct descendant of the mechanism designed by Vincent Calabrese. What you're seeing is a 15 millimeter long, 5 millimeter wide at its extremity, baguette linear mechanical manual wind movement. You can see from the crown near my finger to the balance at the opposite end, the transmission of the power from the crown to the mainspring barrel, through the going train, to the escape wheel and pallet, and then there's the impulsing of the escape wheel itself via the pallet by the balance. Now the balance, impressively, we're going to turn it over and take a closer look, is free-sprung, so you have a little bit of contemporary technology and high horology refinement in a movement that, quite frankly, is all about aesthetics. So it's mechanically refined, yes, with a 40-hour power reserve and a free-sprung balance, but this 19-jewel Corum baguette movement, which is not just designed entirely in-house, but also engraved, is designed to be a spectacle. This is one of the, in my opinion, quintessential wonder watches, because it leaves you in wonder. Just the simplicity of it, the simple journey of the power from the beginning to the end, and ultimately to the hour and minute hands, is almost like a case study in watchmaking. Nothing is hidden. Everything about how the springs work, how the pivots work, how the wheels work and interact with each other can be seen and appreciated. In a lot of ways, it's the opposite of some of the grand complications which seem to make watchmaking and watchmaking technology abstruse, inaccessible, and mysterious. This astounds with its clarity and its simplicity. It is a beautiful movement. It is built in-house, decorated in-house, and since 1980, It is arguably the greatest icon of the Corum manufacture, as well as its first true modern-era masterpiece. You can see Vincent Calabrese's masterpiece, the Corum Golden Bridge 50th Anniversary Limited Edition, on our website, whatyouvant.com.